On February 21st, at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, boxing will once again place its hopes on a single night, a single ring, and two men walking toward each other with everything on the line. Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia for the WBC Welterweight Championship, headlining The Ring, High Stakes on DAZN. A fight soaked in controversy, redemption, ambition, and risk. This is a referendum on two careers. This is a battle for relevance. This is the future of the welterweight division. Mario El Azteca Barrios never fit boxing's marketing mold. He is not loud. He is not controversial. He does not generate viral moments. He does not sell drama. What he does is fight. Born in San Antonio, Texas, Barrios turned professional in 2013. He worked his way through the lightweight and junior welterweight divisions, building a reputation as a disciplined boxer with a workmanlike mentality. But Barrios's career has never been easy. His two professional losses came against elite opposition. Gervonta Davis, one of the most devastating punchers of the era. Keith Thurman, a former unified welterweight champion. He didn't lose to gatekeepers. He didn't lose to journeymen. He lost to stars. And rather than collapse, Barrios rebuilt. By 2023, he was back in the mix. A victory over former champion Yordenis Ugas signaled that Barrios was more than just a contender. He was a legitimate force at 147 pounds. Then came the chaos. Soon after, Terence Crawford vacated the WBC welterweight title to pursue bigger fights at higher weights. Barrios, who had won the interim belt against Fabian Maidana, was elevated to full champion. Mario Barrios became a world champion. He was now the man, and that made him a target. In July, Mario Barrios stepped into the ring with a man who defined a generation, Manny Pacquiao. The 46-year-old Filipino icon had returned for one last ride, chasing history, chasing one final championship. Most expected Barrios to dominate the aging legend. Instead, Pacquiao rolled back time. He outworked Barrios. He outmaneuvered Barrios. When the final bell rang, many ringside observers believed Pacquiao had done enough to win. The judges ruled it a majority draw. The decision shocked the boxing world. Some accused Barrios of being exposed. Others praised Pacquiao's brilliance. Ryan Garcia, one of the most famous boxers. No boxer in history has entered the ring with more Instagram followers. Ryan Garcia is not just a fighter, he is a brand. Millions follow his training videos, millions follow his lifestyle, millions follow his controversies. And above all, he is dangerous. With a lightning-fast left hook and knockout power in both hands, Garcia has finished 20 of his 24 wins. When he connects clean, fights end. But his career has been anything but stable. Ryan Garcia burst onto the boxing scene as a teenage prodigy. He was supposed to be the next Oscar de la Hoya. Golden Boy built their entire future around him. And at first, it worked. Garcia defeated Luke Campbell in a thrilling comeback knockout. He built pay-per-view numbers. He became a crossover star. Then came Gervonta Davis. In 2023, Garcia challenged Tank Davis in one of the biggest fights of the decade. He was knocked out brutally by a body shot in the 7th round. The loss shattered his aura. Then came the Devin Haney fight, a bout that was supposed to resurrect his career. Garcia scored 3 knockdowns and shocked the world. Then everything collapsed. He tested positive for Ostarine, a banned performance-enhancing drug. The win was overturned to a no contest. He was suspended for 1 year. His reputation took a massive hit. Boxing fans turned on him. Critics labeled him a fraud. Ryan Garcia became boxing's most controversial figure. And when he returned, he chose to move up to welterweight. That gamble failed. In his debut at 147 pounds, Garcia was knocked down and outboxed by Rolando Romero, losing a unanimous decision on the ring's Times Square card. Now, his career is hanging by a thread. The event is branded The Ring, high stakes, for a reason. Promoters, networks, matchmakers, champions. The winner immediately becomes one of the most valuable fighters in the sport. The WBC has already positioned Conor Benn as the mandatory challenger. The dangerous welterweight is waiting in the wings, promising to bring the belt back to London. This fight is not the end. It is the beginning of a new era. Barrios has rebuilt himself slowly, brick by brick. Garcia has lived in chaos, brilliance, and controversy. One trained in silence, the other trained on camera. One became champion through patience, the other chases redemption through spectacle. On February 21st, they meet in the center of the ring. No filters, no followers, no excuses. Only fists. The Goosen factor. In a twist of fate that only boxing could produce, Barrios has hired Joe Goosen, the very man who once trained Ryan Garcia. Goosen is one of the most respected trainers in the sport. He understands Garcia's habits. He understands Garcia's tendencies. He understands Garcia's weaknesses. And now, he is building a strategy to exploit them. This fight is not just physical, it is psychological. Garcia is fighting to save his career. Barrios needs to prove himself to the world. Garcia fights like a man who needs validation. Pressure changes people. Despite the scandals, Garcia remains one of boxing's biggest draws. His social media reach dwarfs most champions. His fights generate headlines. His presence guarantees attention. In modern boxing, attention is currency. Garcia delivers eyeballs. That is why DAZN built The Ring, high stakes, around him. That is why the WBC sanctioned the fight. That is why Las Vegas opened its biggest arena. Ryan Garcia is not just a fighter, he is a business model. This fight is dangerous for both men. If Barrios loses, his reign is over. If Garcia loses, his superstardom collapses. But boxing rewards risk. For Barrios, victory means validation. He has spent his career in the shadows of stars. He has fought champions. He has paid his dues. But he has never been celebrated. A win over Ryan Garcia changes everything. It transforms him from placeholder champion to real champion. It makes him a headliner. It makes him a gatekeeper of the division. He becomes the man others must chase. He becomes the standard. He becomes the story. A loss would be devastating. He would be remembered as a transitional champion, a man who held the belt but never owned it. In boxing, timing is cruel. One loss can erase a decade of work. For Garcia, this is resurrection. A world title at welterweight would rewrite his narrative. It would silence critics. It would legitimize his fame. He would finally become a world champion, a pay-per-view king, a global icon. The scandals would fade. The suspension would be forgotten. The Romero loss would vanish. He would be reborn. A loss might end his run at the elite level. 3 losses. 1 no contest. A failed move to welterweight. Fame is temporary. Belts are permanent. My thoughts on Barrios versus Garcia. Personally, I am not a fan of this fight at all. Ryan Garcia has only 1 win since 2023, and Mario Barrios has yet to make a successful defense of his WBC welterweight title. From a sporting perspective, this matchup feels undeserved and manufactured rather than earned. It is hard to ignore the clear corruption and favoritism from the WBC. Allowing Ryan Garcia to jump straight into a world title fight at welterweight, despite his lack of recent wins and a failed debut in the division, sets a terrible precedent. Even worse is the decision to install Conor Benn as the mandatory challenger for the winner, completely overlooking Souleymane Cissokho, a fighter who has been ranked highly by the WBC for a long time and has patiently waited for his opportunity. Cissokho did everything the right way. He stayed active, climbed the rankings, and even won a WBC eliminator against Egidijus Mean Machine Kavaliauskas. Yet he is being pushed aside for more marketable names. That is not sport. That is politics. Despite all of this, I find myself hoping Ryan Garcia wins. If Garcia can beat Barrios and then Conor Benn, it opens the door for the highly anticipated rematch with Devin Haney, this time as a unification fight. That would be massive for boxing, and it would finally give Haney the chance to get his revenge after being unjustly denied by Garcia in their first bout, which was later ruled a no contest due to Garcia's failed drug test. That said, Garcia's preparation is worrying. He appears to be streaming almost every day, raising serious questions about how focused and disciplined he truly is. It does not look like the behavior of a man fully locked in for a world title fight. Still, boxing is unpredictable, and all it takes is one punch. Barrios, for all his experience, is a vulnerable champion. He has been dropped in recent fights, he does not have a chin, and it is obvious why so many fighters are eager to face him. He is seen as a weak link at the top of the division. Let me know in the comments who you've got winning and why. If you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.